If you're looking at buying a second home or you're looking at shared ownership of a vacation home, CNBC recently did a story on Pacaso Homes' new announcement that they are expanding their portfolio of second homes that are available through shared ownership. Even though this is a very short video and you can't necessarily cover everything, it's important to just have the right information. So I wanted to share my experience and my expertise on this with you so that you have that. Let's go.
Home sharing platform Pacaso is announcing a big shift in its business today. The company, which facilitates co ownership of high end vacation homes, is introducing thousands more listings with share prices starting as low as $200,000. Now, previously, shares had been in the $500,000 and plus range. For example, this home is newly listed at around $375,000 for a 1/8 share. So, the way Pacaso works is it furnishes and manages the home, and you get to book into it for an eighth of the year through the Pacaso app.
The owners actually own the home collectively. So Pacaso maintains no ownership. Pacaso buys the home, they furnish it, they outfit it, and they sell 1/8 ownership shares so that owners can buy as much of the home as they want based on how much they want to use it, how much financial investment they want to put into the home. But they're not just buying the right to book it, they're buying the actual asset too, or a portion of it, and then being able to use it. I just wanted to clarify that.
You can afford a lot more home when you buy 1/8 or 1/4 of it when compared to purchasing the whole thing. And we're living in an environment right now where housing affordability is a problem. Home prices are high, interest rates are high. So it's really difficult for people to afford the home of their dreams.
Two types of buyers we can look at here is one is somebody that says, I have $1 million budget and I'm prepared to buy a vacation home. But what they can get for $1 million is not what they want. It's a 1 bedroom condo or a 2 bedroom condo. They want a home where the grandkids can come, the family can come, friends can come, and they can really enjoy it. So this allows them to leverage that unused time and be able to trade that in for a better home. So they're able, with $1 million budget, still getting the same amount of equity in real estate, but they're able to now buy a 5, 6, 7, $8 million home and actually get the home that they want for the same cost that they would be buying an entire $1 million home that they didn't want. And the other buyer is somebody that says, maybe I can actually afford to buy a $5 or $6 million home. I just don't want to deal with paying all that interest right now. So those people can look at it and say, I was going to buy a $5 million home, so I have a $1.5 million down payment. Now they can buy a $1.5 million or less share and just be done. So they can use that down payment and then they don't have to finance anything. They're just done. They pay the, you know, 5, 10, 15, $20,000 a year in annual expenses for their 1/8 share. And then that's all they're paying. So they've got the cash in equity in the home. And then they're done. They don't have to pay any interest.
Unlike timeshares in resorts where you don't own the actual property, you benefit from the home's value, which usually goes up.
Okay, just want to make one point. Ownership itself does not determine long-term value. Some timeshares are deeded ownership, and they may try to convince you that that means that it will have value. There's other factors that I look at when I'm looking at this. I can explain those if we have a chance to talk, and I'll also do other videos as well, talking about my framework for co-ownership value, which Pacaso checks all those boxes, which is why I'm a fan of it when I'm working with people to help them find shared ownership.
Our owners who have resold have benefited from about 10% appreciation above and beyond what they paid for the underlying home previously.
That's 10%. Picasso's been around for a few years. So this is just people that have resold within the first couple of years. This is not, they've owned it for 10 years and they're only getting 10%. That is a much shorter time period.
Now, Picasso has had some backlash from some communities that see this like kind of an Airbnb scheme on steroids.
Picasso does not allow rental and Airbnbs. These are for owners to own and enjoy themselves.
There's even a website called Stop Picasso Now, and Sonoma, California passed an ordinance prohibiting Picasso. A similar issue in St. Helena, California was recently settled out of court.
First of all, St. Helena, not St. Helena. I lived there for many years, but St. Helena doesn't even allow people who own an entire home to invite other people that own an entire home into their home and exchange time in their homes privately. So some of these communities have pretty tight regulations. Whether they're legal or not, time will tell.
Settled out of court. Now, Allison says his approach is to work with policymakers locally and educate them on the facts and benefits. And over time, he says that this model will prevail. So, in addition to the cheaper homes announcement today, Picasso is also starting a new suite of services to help primary home buyers share their homes, more of a kind of co living model, but co owning. Frank?
Wow, this is really interesting. So, Dana, I got to ask you, the CEO mentioned affordability. Given how tight the housing market is, how's Picasso even finding the homes to get them sold into shares? And does this actually help with the housing shortage?
Well, it's interesting. I mean, on the higher end homes, there's much more supply on the market. So when they're doing very high end homes, there's a lot of them available and there's not so much competition. They have time to find these buyers. Now, as they move into the lower priced homes, it's going to get competitive. And he actually admitted that. And he said sometimes they're going to lose out on a home because they can't get the buyers fast enough. But interestingly, he said in the vacation home market, you have some people who already own their vacation homes and decide they want to sell the shares off and use Picasso to do that. He says that's becoming much more prevalent. And so that's easier for Picasso to sell the shares if they have a seller who's waiting to get those shares sold.
This is actually very popular because people that have owned the homes for 10, 15 years, they don't want to sell it completely because the grandkids love it, they love it, the kids love it. They want to still have this home in the family, but it's very expensive, $200,000 a year to maintain every year. And then also they'd love to take some equity out of the home and not have to deal with the management, and they really don't want to rent it out. So this allows them to keep a portion of the home, sell off that equity. If it's a $4 million home, they can keep a quarter of it and get $3 million in equity, and then drop their annual expenses of ownership and maintenance from say 200,000 down to 50,000, and still maintain having that home in the family. So when I talk to people and walk them through the process, the fastest people that go through it are say, I owned a vacation home once before. I don't want to do it. This makes total sense.
And he also says, as for the housing shortage, if you have 8 people who want to get into a vacation home, instead of buying 8 homes that they don't use all year long, they're buying one home. And that helps a little bit with that housing shortage, at least in the vacation home arena, not in the rest of the place.
She says at least it will help in the vacation arena, not in other arenas. I disagree with that because if you have 8 people who have $1 million budget for a vacation home, they're going to buy 8 $1 million homes. These are homes that people that want to live and work in the communities want to buy. I know because I lived in Napa Valley. It's part of the reason I don't anymore. And those 8 homes are now being taken up, and that's driving prices up. You take those 8 people with $1 million budget, you're moving them now not just into one home, but now an $8 million home. So you've actually freed up theoretically all of those $1 million homes. So it should actually help with homes in that median tier. Hopefully you enjoyed this. Make sure to subscribe for more content on shared ownership and helping you find empowered ownership for your most powerful life.